Welcome to this tutorial on how to create accessible PowerPoint presentations. This tutorial will explain general guidelines on how to make your PowerPoint documents more accessible for everyone, but particularly for those who have visual impairments and use a screen reader to access information in documents. We will cover fonts and backgrounds, spacing, transitions and animations, visuals and tables, hyperlinks, slide titles, lecture notes, the accessibility checker, and how to convert PowerPoint documents to PDF. PowerPoints are most effective with simple backgrounds and fonts with good contrast. You can see here it is difficult to read the text on the background because they are too similar. It's typically better to use high contrast, with either a dark background and a light font, or a light background and a dark font. Avoid using red and green font colors, which are difficult for people with color blindness to distinguish. To change the background of your slide in PowerPoint 2013, right-click anywhere on the slide and select Format Background from the list. On the panel to the right, select Solid Fill, and then choose a background color that will be in high contrast to your font color. Click Apply All to change the backgrounds for all of your slides at once. In older versions of PowerPoint or PowerPoint for Mac, also right-click on the slide panel and select Format Background from the list. In the pop-up window, under the Solid tab, choose a background color that will be in high contrast to your font color. Click Apply All to change the backgrounds of all your slides at once. Another visual element available to you in PowerPoint are the preset backgrounds, which you can find on the Design tab. If you use a preset background, use one with a clean background and make sure that you maintain the contrast between the text and the background. Avoid busy backgrounds, as they can be confusing and make it difficult to focus on the information. The next thing I'd like to discuss is font. The same guidelines apply to PowerPoint as apply to Word documents in terms of font. It's a good idea to choose a clear font, use it in a larger size, and remain consistent in terms of both the style and the size. Also, try not to overuse italics or capital letters and avoid blinking or moving text. You should also keep the information on each slide as short and concise as possible. Do not overload your slides with information. You can see, for instance, that this slide has way too much information on it, forcing the font to be small and making it difficult to read. We recommend that you keep your font at a 20-point minimum. One option you have, if you have a lot of information to get across, is to break it up over the course of 2 or 3 slides. PowerPoint allows you to add transitions and animations to your presentation, but we recommend that you avoid using them since they can be distracting for many. To make sure that you remove any existing transitions or animations, click on the Transitions tab and click None, and click on the Animations tab and click None. When including visuals such as graphs, images, or clip art in your presentation, it is important not to overcrowd a slide. Generally, we recommend you include a maximum of 2 visuals per slide. Also, ensure that your visuals are large enough to be easily understood. As in other types of documents, add alt text, which will be read aloud to a screen reader user, to all images and tables that carry important information, or include a description as part of the slide. A picture like this one, which is decorative, would not need any alt text. This chart, however, carries important information and would need an alt text. To add alt text in PowerPoint 2013, right-click on the picture and select Format Picture from the list. Click on the Size and Properties icon, and then select Alt Text. Enter a meaningful title, i.e. a short description of the image. In the description field, include all information you want readers to get from the image. So you can see here, I've included the data from this chart in my alt text. To add alt text in older PowerPoint versions and PowerPoint on Macs, also right-click on the image and select Format Picture. In the pop-up window that appears, enter the title and description as shown here. Hyperlinks allow you to direct your readers to a web page from within your PowerPoint presentation. The text that you use to create a hyperlink should provide your readers with a clear description of where they will go once they click on the link. Meaningful titles for your hyperlinks will also ensure that screen reader users can more easily understand them. Avoid using simply "click here" as the hyperlink. Also, because screen readers will read every letter, avoid using the entire web address as your hyperlink. To add a clickable hyperlink to text in your document, highlight the text with your mouse, right-click, and select Hyperlink. In the pop-up window, your link title will be listed in the Text to Display field. Enter or cut and paste the web address into the address field, and then click OK. Including unique titles for each slide in your presentation helps screen reader users to navigate your PowerPoint document more easily. Most slide templates include a text box for the title. If there are particular slides which you do not wish to have a title displayed on, you can still add a title and set it to be invisible. To make a slide title invisible, go to the Home tab, click on Arrange, and click on Selection pane. Then click on the eye icon next to the title to hide it from view. When you want to share your PowerPoint document as a file, consider including lecture notes or your presentation script in the Notes field for each slide. This way, users can view your presentation with the accompanying notes. This will allow someone using a screen reader to access the content of your presentation more easily, and it also makes a great study aid for all students. To enter in lecture notes, expand the Notes field at the bottom of the page. Here, you can enter in the notes. PowerPoint 2011 and later includes an accessibility checker that allows you to check for accessibility problems in your document. To run the accessibility checker, select the File tab, click on Info, click on Check for Issues, and then click on Check Accessibility. The checker presents accessibility errors, for instance, missing alt text, warnings, such as unclear hyperlink text, and tips, such as duplicate slide title. Feedback about the importance of each item, as well as how to fix it, are included at the bottom, and selecting an item in the report will select the corresponding item in the file. The accessibility features of your PowerPoint document, including slide title, clickable hyperlinks, and alt text, will be maintained when converting your document to PDF. To save your PowerPoint as an accessible PDF, click on File, and then click on Save As. Choose a location where you'd like the document to be saved, and choose PDF. Then, click on Options. In the pop-up window, make sure that the box next to Document Structure Tags for Accessibility are checked, and click Save. Be aware that while the accessibility features of your PowerPoint will be preserved when you save it as a PDF, any notes that you entered into the notes sections of your slides will not. Finally, whether or not you will use your PowerPoint for a live presentation or in a narrated screencast, we recommend you always provide the PowerPoint file to your audience for their reference, and particularly for those with visual impairments. Thank you for watching this video on how to create accessible PowerPoint documents.